Hey everybody, John Abdo here. Great to be back. I was out of town for a little bit, climbing mountains, and then I came back and I was doing some bike riding, long distance bike riding. I feel like I'm in really good shape, and it's because of that guy right there. Every time I read the book, and I do read it over and over and over again, it just is very inspiring for me. And for you readers out there, I know those of you who have written in and who have messaged me are really fond of the stories, very motivated with the stories. I mean, these are unsolicited testimonials, which really, gives it not just a thumbs up, gives it a double thumbs up. So I'm really, really grateful for that. One of the questions that has come in more than once, it's like, how old was Milo when he competed in his first Olympiad games? And it's a really interesting question, and that's one of the challenges in writing a book about historical fiction, is isolating and identifying with the dates, the names of cities, the spelling of people's names, things like that. But Milo was known to have performed in the World Youth Games in 540 BC. Now, presuming that the rules back then for a youth, the classification for a youth, expires at the age of 20. So anything up to his teenage years. Now, it's possible, because this guy was a phenom, not just as a guy, but as a boy, that Milo could have competed when he was 12 years old in the World Youth Games. But I took it at the age of 19, where he competed in the World Youth Games. And if we fast forwarded to his death in 509 BC, so if he's 19 years old in 540 BC and he's 50 years old in 509 BC, the dates are approximate. So to get specific to the question, in Milo's first Olympiad games in 536 BC, he was about 23 years old. Chronologically speaking, BC before the AD era is in reverse time. So it goes from 540, 536, 532, 528, 524, 520, 516, 512, and then he fights in the Battle of Sybaris. Anyway, Milo of Croton had many, many competitions, had many, many successful feats of strength. He dominated the sport of Olympiad wrestling. Back then, when Milo walked into the arena for his first match, he was being revered as the son of Diotimus, because Diotimus was a very popular athlete himself. And then certainly Olympiad after Olympiad after Olympiad, winning one Olympiad title crowned you as a mortal that's favored by the gods. Can you imagine what Milo was like? We've seen Muhammad Ali, we've seen Michael Jordan, there's other athletes who have been revered to have superhuman powers and who have been gifted by the gods and things like that. But Milo truly, because of the Greek ideology that anybody that accomplishes anything favorable in life, especially putting the Olympiad crown, and you could see that green crown on his head right there. That's an olive wreath. It's a really cheap thing in modern day standards, but it's the sacred olive wreath that was grown in the gardens of Zeus around his sanctuary. Young boys would clip the branches and then weave it into a crown. And the ceremony was God-inspired ceremony. These people were immortalized for their victories at these events, because you have all the athletes participating from all the Greek colonies around the Greek world. So whoever won was favored by the gods. Milo was definitely favored by the gods, and he's favored by me, because that's why I wrote a book about him. I was introduced to Milo at a very young age. He never left my mind, because I did a lot of weight training for wrestling, for football, and then I competed in Olympic weightlifting. So Milo of Croton, he competed at all different ages. I don't know when he first competed, but what's documented is 540 BC, presumably at the age of 19. But it makes sense, again, not to be redundant, but if he competes in his seventh Olympiad in 512 BC at the age of 47, it kind of like all lines up. But it does line up as accurate as it could be in modern day standards, going back and delving into the historical records. I hope you enjoy reading Milo of Croton's stories and Wolves of Croton. If you haven't done so already, those of you who have, I really appreciate your comments and reviews. Again, if you like this content, Please subscribe, share, like, thumbs up, ring the bell, whatever, and I'll bring you more content. John Abdo here signing out, saying goodbye to Milo of Croton and yourself. Thank you so much.